This video is sponsored by Atlas and Persona 5 Tactica. Reunite with the fam thieves and experience an all-new adventure in this turn-based strategy game. The game is out now. Our boy Sora is in quite the predicament. For those wowed by the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer and has been keeping up with the Kingdom Hearts series as of now, we know Sora is in Shibuya. Well, not exactly Shibuya. In Kingdom Hearts, it's called Quadratum. It's a world on the other side of reality, Unreality, that isn't that much different from our own world, based on modern-day metropolitan Tokyo, Japan. But exactly how much of Tokyo, or Shibuya for that matter, are we going to be able to explore as Sora being trapped in Quadratum? Well, we're gonna figure that out together. What's up guys, it's HMK once again with another Kingdom Hearts 4 video to get you hyped for the possibilities of being trapped in Unreality. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let's dive directly into the fiction. For a bit of a hyped refresher, this is how Sora got into this mess. In order to save the day in the finale of Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora had to use this thing called the Power of Waking, but he used it a wee bit too many times and outside of its intended use. Because of that, the rules of nature was like, nah. So he had to pay the ultimate price and wound up in the dead zone that is Quadratum. While it's kind of like an afterlife, in reality, or Unreality, it's the other side of reality known as fiction to the Kingdom Hearts series, where different rules and standards apply. Sora is trapped here and his homies are trying to bring him back, but this is all in the face of an incoming danger known as the Lost Masters. Now we got that out of the way, ever since Quadratum was introduced back in Kingdom Hearts 3, it is undoubtedly based on concepts from Final Fantasy Versus 13, which was a project that Tetsuya Nomura was in charge of before it was converted into Final Fantasy 15, whereas Nomura left the project soon after. Since its reveal, we have gradually come to understand a number of areas that may be featured within Kingdom Hearts 4. And this obviously includes the district or ward of Shibuya, the famous and popular locale that is always full of life. But beyond that of Shibuya, we also have the notion of the administrative ward Shinjuku, as well as Minato City. But of course, modern day Tokyo goes way beyond that. So how much of Tokyo will be featured? Well, for Kingdom Hearts 4, let's see if we can focus a little bit more on Shibuya specifically. Shibuya is a densely packed, densely populated area for its size. Most notably known for being a major center for shopping, specifically Japanese fashion, as well as being a focal beacon for youth culture, which is definitely up the alley of Sora's age range. Along with that, it's extremely popular as one of Tokyo's nightlife areas. Being there myself multiple times, I could tell you there is no shortage of things to do in Shibuya. As Square Enix has already confirmed that in Kingdom Hearts 4 we'll be exploring Sora's day-to-day life within Quadratum, there is sure to be plenty of activities for Sora to do on the side or that can lead to other main objectives, such as finding items, possibly learning skills, doing odd jobs, and possibly even learning more about the nature of this world and how this applies to his predicament. But one of the main conundrums within Quadratum is how the city will be applied and featured to us in real time controlling Sora. As I said before, I've been to Shibuya and Tokyo before a bunch of times, but when it comes to the area encompassing the scramble, I was able to wander into the city's limits and see where the residential areas are separated from the commercial areas, as the city itself is just shy of 6 miles in total area, and for no real reason for Sora to be exploring the residential areas, it's going to be even smaller than that on scale. But that goes back to the question on how this area will be built in presentation when it comes to us controlling Sora. By no means am I insinuating that it could be on the smaller side, as what we gathered from the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer where Sora is battling a dark side at the Shibuya Expressway near the Hikari building, that area seems to be pretty massive and very close to real world scaling. I bring this up because there has been other iterations of Shibuya in video games, but the most notable have always had their interpretations of the city warped or segmented. On the 3D scale, this includes Neo, The World Ends With You, in which that Shibuya is extremely close to how Shibuya looks in real life, but interacting with the city itself is pretty limited, as well as its appearance being very warped due to the style of the game. And while Insomnia from Final Fantasy 15 and Final Fantasy Versus 13 was based on Shinjuku, the areas presented in the trailers were segmented, as well as the final product having the limited explorable Insomnia area at the end of the game. But of course, one other huge example of how Shibuya is presented in a video game would come from Persona 5, and by extension, Persona 5 Strikers, where there's a lot of places to explore and people to interact with. Given the areas you're actually able to go to in Persona 5, It's pretty robust as Shibuya continues to open itself up to you as you play the game. Using this as a start of understanding on how this could be applied to Kingdom Hearts 4 would be great. However, there will be two key differences. But first, speaking of Persona 5, the Phantom Thieves are back, baby, in Persona 5 Tactica. Joker, Panther, Skull, Mona, the whole gang's here. And I mean the whole gang. Take to the streets and immerse yourself in a tactical RPG adventure, where you and your crew must face off against the oppressive force known as the Legionnaires. Strategy is key as you aim to control the field in layered, turn-based action battles. You gotta make full use of your character's abilities, weapons, and of course, personas. Set foes ablaze with the fiery power of Carmen, or if you're feeling fancy, hypnotize them with melody in order to draw in opponents for a big AoE blast. Tapping into the untold power of your party is key to victory, and you can strengthen that key even further with use of your skill trees and the Velvet Room to build grander personas. The latest adventure of the Phantom Thieves is about to unfold. Raise your flag and ignite your heart in Persona 5 Tactica, available now on Xbox, Windows PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. When it comes to the differences on how Shibuya can be presented in Kingdom Hearts 4 aside from Persona 5 is 1. The camera control. When exploring Shibuya, for the most part, the camera is very focused, it's not dynamic, which isn't a bad thing, don't get me wrong. It goes into the stylistic approach of controlling Joker in the real world when he's not a Phantom Thief. However, Sora is still Sora wherever he goes, so he's definitely going to have more dynamic camera control when exploring Shibuya, and because of that, how Shibuya is designed and built must reflect that. Rather being a static set piece, it has to be a living, breathing city. See, that's one. And the second part would have to deal with Sora's abilities. As I said before, in Persona 5, when exploring Shibuya, you are Joker as a regular human, a student, without most of your fantastical abilities. And because of that, you can only explore Shibuya on ground level like a regular human. That doesn't apply to Sora, as Sora's movement prowess and capabilities have only grown with every Kingdom Hearts game. And more than likely, Sora will be able to traverse Shibuya in ways that will go beyond that of just running around in the Shibuya Scramble. And because of that, I feel that Shibuya must be packed with things to do and things to discover beyond that of just walking into a store. And in that regard, I feel like San Francisco was built as a base for that in Kingdom Hearts 3 for Sora's application to a world like that to be built upon in Kingdom Hearts 4. Fighting enemies, discovering chests, looking at landmarks, and doing odd jobs that would help out the more than likely technologically advanced version of Shibuya we're gonna see in Kingdom Hearts 4. I mean, if Verum Rex is to go off any indicator. Possibly meeting and aiding the society that's commanded by Yozora. Possibly doing things that would aid and help set up the residents of Shibuya against the incoming and invading enemies of the Heartless, and possibly the darkness itself. As Quadratum is described to be a sort of hub in Kingdom Hearts 4, then I'm sure by the power of the Keyblade unlocking certain things within that of Shibuya, this will lead to doors that will lead Sora to other worlds, Disney worlds, being the key to how he traverses worlds in Kingdom Hearts 4. Maybe going to very specific landmarks within Shibuya that will act as these gates, like the Hachiko statue, Tower Records, the 104 building, etc, etc. And what Sora is able to do and what he's able to build upon in terms of his abilities or skills can differ between day and night through separate offerings. A calendar system would be cool, but I wouldn't want players to feel overwhelmed. And in that sense of building upon, we have to ask the question of how long will he stay in Quadratum when it comes to either Kingdom Hearts 4 or games beyond that. I honestly believe that Sora will stay in Quadratum for multiple games. But given that it's insinuated that we may be able to discover and traverse to other wards, not worlds, wards, districts in Tokyo, this could be built upon with future Kingdom Hearts games in a more expandable map as the games go on, or maybe focusing on a different map as games go on if they're not numbered. Incorporating the likes of Shinjuku, Minato, possibly even Chiyoda. I would like to go to Akihabara. And if Square really wants to get wild, maybe in future games we could hop the bullet train and go to areas based on Osaka and Kyoto. But honestly, the sky is the limit when it comes to Sora in Shibuya. How do you think Shibuya and Quadratum, for all that matter, will be tackled within that of Kingdom Hearts 4? Leave a comment in the comment section below and be sure to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to HMK. Until the next video, this has been your boy HMK, and I'll check you guys later.
So you haven't subscribed to HMK yet? Don't piss Xemnas off.